So literally hours before I'm due to go to MWC, Mobile World Congress tomorrow, Barcelona, and I've got everything ready. But this afternoon this turned up. This is kind of a secret package. I think I know what's in here. I think it's a Fujitsu Stylistic Q702 hybrid Core i5 with a docking keyboard, battery in the keyboard, sort of a convertible UMPC. So I was actually going to take the Samsung A2500T, the Clover Trail, this one here. I was going to take this to Barcelona. This is the one that converts to a tablet, and the reason I was going to take this is because this has got really long battery life, 3G and touchscreen, and quite a nice keyboard as well. So that was going to suit me for blogging. But now the Q702 has turned up, and it is the Q702, which is a Core i5 based tablet with keyboard docking station. Now I'm not sure if the keyboard docking station is in this one, but before I open it I have to say thanks to notebooksbilliger.de, obviously a German company. They have been really supportive of Ultrabook news recently. They are sending us review devices, and this is one of them, so thanks notebooksbilliger.de. I'll put the logo up there. Now, has this got the dock? This is what I want to know. I'm just going to pull this out now. We've got power plug. We've got a really long, strange power adapter here. Look how long that one is. Still quite light. Right, pull this out. Now the Q702 is quite a business-focused device, so that's probably why we're seeing fairly basic packaging here. Is probably because this is going to be bought potentially by the hundreds. Now, is this a 10-inch device? 11-inch device? I can't remember. It's exciting though. Okay, so it has got the keyboard, and wow, I can immediately see Windows Pro, Fingerprint Reader, and I'm going to zoom the camera in. We're going to go around the device right now. Let's do that. So I'm moving a few things out the way here. We've got, look. So we've got the digitizer layer on this as well, which is excellent. So there's the digitizer pen. Looks like the same as on the Transformer book, I think. Anyway, looks pretty good. Let's get that out of the way. So here it is. Here's the Fujitsu Q702. So I mentioned the fingerprint reader, so it gives you an idea of where this is focused now. Windows Pro, Core i5. There's the camera. There's no, it looks like a blank slot for an LED there. Lanyard port here as well. Let's just open this up. Weight, 1.6 kilos maybe? I don't know, I'll have to look at the specs for that. So here it is, and this is, what is that, 11.6 inch screen, isn't it? It's not a 10 inch screen. So let me just zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to just pull that out, and that's a nice one. I'll show you close. Oh, look what we've got. We've got a matte touchscreen here. So is this capacitive? This is the first. Am I getting excited? This is the first capacitive matte screen with digitizer layer tablet that I've tried, and that's clearly business focused there. Let's see if I can just switch this on. Wow, there's a load of stuff on this. My God, this is going to take hours to go around the ports. Right, so fan. This is a feature of Core-based tablets. Unfortunately, the fans are still inside. This weighs, though, wow, 800 grams? I don't know, it's really light. Actually very nice to hold. I'm going to grab the Samsung in a bit. USB port there, full SD card slot. Full SD card slot alert. So for those of you that are photographers or videographers, that's actually quite important. But look at this side. This is absolutely stacked with ports on this side. Let's just make sure that's in focus. So USB, full USB port there. This is a full HDMI port. Then we have the power button. We have volume up, volume down. We have rotation lock. We have wireless off button. Now this is quite nice because it means you don't have to switch the device on to turn the wireless off. You can just flip that, and you can also be sure that it's disconnected to Wi-Fi as well, so that's pretty nice. Separate microphone and headphones, so that's very important as well for people that are doing Skype. There's that lanyard port. Let's go across the top. No micro SD card slot. Why do we need that? We've got an SD, but no SIM card slot there or anything on that side. So that's that. There's the fingerprint reader. There's the camera. Down here we've got, look, SIM card slot. Fantastic. It's got 3G as well. I am definitely taking this one to Mobile World Congress. And is it a full SD card slot or a micro SD card? So it looks like a micro SIM card slot. There's the docking port. Now, this is important because I believe this is a full docking port and not just one of those USB extensions. And we'll immediately find out when we look. Yeah, so VGA, so there's more than just your average hardware in here. This is not just a USB dock. VGA has been passed through. There's a USB port there, power there. Nothing else. Oh, there's a surprise underneath. I've just seen it. What's that? I'll show you what that is in a minute. Another USB port, and look here, Ethernet port, full Ethernet port. Do you know what this button is for? It's because it's got a removable battery. So, business class ahoy. Oh no, that's not removable. That's for pen ejection. So the pen bay is there. That's pen ejection port, and this is. So we have to hold that down. We have to unlock. That is unlocked. And we hold that down. Let's have a look. What do we have to do? That. It looks like it's already unlocked. Hold that down. Push that over. And there's the battery. Oh, this looks like a nice fat battery. 45 watt hour. Okay, not huge. But remember, there's a battery in the tablet as well, and that's going to be a good 20 to 30 watt hours, so you're going to have 60 or more watt hours of battery here. That is up there with the top of the UMPC class, and that's going to give you 6 to 10 hours of battery runtime based on the sort of figures I see from Ultrabooks up until now. So that's fantastic. Let's put the two together. First of all, we'll just make sure we've got this connected properly and locked properly. Good. So here's the docking port, and you can see there's the one button removal there. So if I just slot that in, I just have to give it a little push. Yep, okay. And capacitive touch, matte screen, and of course the digitizer layer as well. Fairly small touchpad, but separate mouse buttons, and okay, a bit clicky, feel a little bit cheap, but probably pretty practical actually. Keyboard is pretty small. It's not as big as the Samsung ATIV 500, which is a Clover Trail based, but I say the keys are pretty small, but they have got a reasonable amount of travel on them. Let's see how that goes. Let's just set this up for United Kingdom. Where are we going? Whoops. Okay, next. Good, so of course I'm just going to get this booted up into Windows 8. Yeah, about 1.6, maybe a little bit more, 1.8 kilos. Love the fact that it's got full SD, Ethernet there. You've got everything here, full HDMI, VGA. It's fairly thick. It's not Ultrabook thinness, but let's just put it to the side and get the ATIV out. So the ATIV is 11.6, and that is exactly the same width, slightly less depth. There's a little bit that pokes out of the back. You can see that on the Q702. The ATIV weighs 1.6, so yeah, the Q702 is 100 to 200 maybe grams more, a little bit heavier, but of course this is Core rather than Clover Trail. Let's just have a look at those keyboards. Just want to run those sort of side by side. Now you'll see the ATIV keyboard here is wider. There's a lot more space on the keys here. I actually think that is really one of the best keyboards I've tried on the Clover Trail devices, and this is more like a 10-inch netball style keyboard, so it's going to be a little bit cramped, but if those keys are accurate, then we should be okay. So let's just reservations about the keyboard at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. So let's just have a quick look at that pen here. Reminds me of a lot of pens that I've seen. There it is, the two buttons are there. Let's just put the battery in on that. To put the battery in, you just unscrew the top here, drop the battery in, and that will be this way around. It's nice aluminium. It's longer than the battery, longer than the pen on the Samsung 8 and Samsung 8 there. So yeah, that's working. Digitizer layer working now. And with the Core i5, that's very likely to be a little bit more responsive than the Clover Trail digitizers. So, you know, if you're doing quick annotations, it'll be much quicker for handwriting recognition as well. So, what else have we got here? We've got a little lanyard. Okay, so that's why the lanyard port is on here. There's a lanyard here. We do have also a little sticky stylus holder, which I guess you could put on the back of the screen, or on anything really. And then also in the bag we've got what looks like, there's no, CDs, recovery CDs. So this is, you know, a different level of device here. We've got logon software, so that's obviously TPM in here. I don't know if it's a vPro device. I'll have to check that. There's the recovery DVD and the second drivers and manuals on that one. So definitely professional level device, professional level price as well on this. It is not a cheap device at all. But if you're waiting for the Transformer book, which starts at $1,300 and goes up to about $1,700, I think, this is obviously an option for you. So, I'm going to be giving this a test, and I think I'm going to be taking it to Mobile World Congress. I probably will take the Clover Trail 8500 as well, and we'll give those a side-by-side over the next week. Just hope and pray that I don't get robbed in Barcelona. So that is 1,686 grams. That's a little bit less than I thought. Let's give you that for pounds and ounces. 3 pounds 11 ounces. So actually pretty light. It's not much heavier than the Samsung 8. Now, I just checked the battery as well. 70 watt hours of battery in this and this. That is huge. That is, I think, as much as the 13-inch MacBook Pro. This device costs $1,650, I think. 1699, so nearly 1,700 euros. It's inclusive of our 19% tax here in Germany. But you've got the matte screen. It's a 1366 by 768, 11.6. Not too bad. Some of you might want a higher resolution. You've got the digitizer layer, 128 gig SSD in 2 partitions I've seen here. The weight 1.65 kilos, 70 watt hours of battery. So that really is. That is going to be up to 11. You could probably type on this with the Wi-Fi off for about 12 or 13 hours. You could probably do some pretty heavy work on it for 5 to 6 hours. An average around 7 hours. So that's pretty amazing. TPM module in here. It's got GPS. What else? I'm just looking at some of the specs here. What is the wireless card? I hope it's a Centrino. Yes, it's an advanced N6205, so you've got 2x2 Wi-Fi in here, so it's top specs. It's really, you know, actually in some respects better than an Ultrabook, because you've got a much bigger battery. You just don't find Ultrabooks with 70 watt hour batteries in them, so this is just on its own as a laptop quite significant. All the ports that are available on the device as well. Let me just have a quick look at the specs on the site here. Notebooks Billiger Is there anything I've missed? It was IPS matte screen, as I mentioned. Oh yes, so it's got the Core i5-3427U processor, which is the 1.8 gigahertz one, and it boosts up to 2.8 gigahertz TPM, and I'm not sure if that is the vPro enabled one. I don't see vPro stickers on this. Usually, if it's vPro enabled, there's stickers all over it with vPro. This has got the 3G in it as well, so don't forget, €1,700 gets you a 3G. They quote 8 hours of battery life. There's a G sensor, light sensor, compass, and as I said, GPS. So that is really, really interesting. The tablet itself weighs 850 grams. So I had a Intel Atom tablet in my hands from, I think, 1.5 years ago. Yesterday, 1.1 kilos it was, so this is 20% less weight. It's a Core i5 based device with a 35 watt hour in it. So this will last for about 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours, casual sort of web browsing. You've got all those ports. I love the fact that it's got the full SD card slot on the tablet as well, and no noise, although I can feel some heat coming out of there. You will, I'm sure, hear the fan once that gets going. Build quality seems pretty good. Build quality of the keyboard module seems pretty good. Removable battery as well. Just imagine buying another one of those. Jeez, I can't stop talking about this. Just imagine buying another one of those batteries, and you're going to have another. You're going to have 110 watt hours of battery for about under 2 kilos, which is pretty amazing. Only thing I can see right now that could be a problem is that you're going to have to get used to that keyboard. Now the reason they've done that is obvious, because you've got all the connectors around the side that are taking space, and they obviously haven't been able to put that keyboard, the bigger keyboard, in there. So you've got what's effectively a 10-inch keyboard, netbook keyboard. Now is it going to be good enough? I think it is, because it's just a matter of getting used to it. I used to use these keyboards all the time, and in fact at one point I actually preferred the smaller keyboard because there's less distance for your fingers to move. But if you're using big laptops all the time, it will take a little bit of getting used to. Excellent. Thank you very much, notebooksbilliger.de, for sending this over. Fujitsu Stylistic Q702. And my name is Chippy. This will be reviewed on Ultrabook News. It's going to be a couple of weeks now, because we've got MWC next week. I'm flying out tomorrow, and then we've got CBIT the week after. So maybe I can get some time in between to write the review of this. It will be pretty tough, but I should be able to get that done. Maybe it's going to be an airport lounge review. Who knows? But watch out for Ultrabook News for more information. There's information on the Transformer book as well, which is a similar one. The Samsung ATIV 700, which is also a similar one. And of course, if you're looking at the Surface Pro but looking for something with a little bit more in terms of ports on it and battery life, this is obviously something to look at. More expensive, but definitely worth it. My name's Chippy. I'm going to shut up now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.